Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. I have an amazing guest with me today, man. And I'm so excited to have this interview because I've never had the opportunity to speak with this man before. He is a former light heavyweight champion, former cruiserweight champion, two division champion, one of the OGs of the BKFC game. Man, I bring to you none other than Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt. He has a fight set up for the light heavyweight strap November 15th. Quick notice. He's in training, but he's taking the time to sit with us today, man. Lorenzo, I appreciate you jumping on board, sir. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, and I also appreciate the introduction. However, I never lost my titles. I am the reigning, defending, undefeated light heavyweight champion and cruiserweight champion. I never lost my titles. I did the company a solid by filling in for a heavyweight title fight um, and attempting to make history and becoming the world champion in three different weight classes. After that injury, of course, the promotion had to move on by offering these guys light heavyweight and cruiserweight interim titles. So until you beat the champ, you will never be the champ. And even ChatGPT knows who the champ is.
I was gonna ask you that, but you already beat
Yeah,
me. You already beat me to
yeah.
it. Talk about the fact that after that fight you had 18 months. Because it's been 18 months since you last been in the ring. About that 18, 19 months. Dealing with the elbow injury and all that stuff. And you see these guys that are getting an opportunity to fight for obviously for the light heavyweight title and the cruiserweight title. How has that been for you over this time and seeing that, knowing that you never lost the belts? Does it gnaw at you? Does it bother you, or or it's like I got to get back to these guys and do my job and get
Well,
my the belt
it
back?
it doesn't really bother me at all because I fought for my entire life to be in this position that I'm in. It's the perfect position. If you look at who holds the light heavyweight title and who held the title before that and who held the title before that, those are all guys already squashed.
Hmm.
Why would I be jealous of guys already squashed?
Hmm.
The cruiserweight title the same. Chris Camozzi parading around as the 205 champion is a joke, and everybody knows it because they watched him get beat up at home by the actual champion. So it didn't bother me, honestly. Uh, I was supposed to fight Chris Camozzi in Italy in April,
Yeah.
and I got injured. As you can see, I healed up pretty good, but I had about a 6-inch gash across my forehead that you could actually see the bone from a headbutt during sparring. So
Hmm.
I would have been back, but God is the ultimate planner and designer of all things, and He is guiding my way. So I'll accept it as it comes.
Before we get into the fight that you are going to have with Josh Dyer on the 15th in November, yesterday Chris Camozzi takes a loss to Alessio Sakara. Did you see the fight? I'm sure you saw. I presume you saw the fight. What did you didn't see the fight?
I didn't even watch
So he
because I
loses
already
this.
knew.
Okay.
I kind of had my fingers crossed, hoping that he would somehow pull it off. Believe it or not, I'm
Yeah.
not a Chris Camozzi hater. I
Yeah.
just would have liked to take it from the pretender, but I'll take it from Sakara. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I can see the fight without seeing it. I fought the guy.
Hmm.
He's a gumshoe. He's a lead foot gumshoe with limited creativity.
Hmm.
There's only so much he can do. I'm sure there was a lot of grabbing, a lot of sweating, a lot of kissing, a lot of hugging, a lot of hunching, a lot of fucking manly, just about as close to heterosexual combat. Like, if you can still call it that. I know what happened. I still can feel his icky, sticky ass, goopy glue that he makes from rubbing all over me for 5 rounds. So,
Oh God.
so, so I don't have to watch that fight. I don't really have to watch that. I know what happened. I know what happened, and And my hat's off to Sakara for being able to get it done. That blanket technique is effective against some people,
Mhm.
and for some people it's not. And he lost the belt, but I don't mind going to get it back.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I watched the fight. I actually thought Kamosi won. I thought the decision was a poor one. I thought the Bonner decision with Tenaglia was a poor decision, also personally. This fight with Dyer, man, taking it on less than 4 weeks' notice. How did this fight come to you? They made the announcement for him and Mundell, and then Mundell's not fighting, and then, here you are, man, you're dropping weight to get in
Well,
this fight. How did this happen for you?
before we jump to that, I would like to reiterate that, um, having beat Chris Camozzi the way that I did at home, convincingly, all those rounds, I never really had no beef with him at all. Like the rematch between us only made sense because he took the belt from Sawyer DP. Sawyer DP was never any competition for me. Actually, Sawyer got beat by everybody that I beat. So
Mhm.
they really just handed him the title. And I would have just went and took it from him again. So he was never really the champ. Um, the Sakara guy, I don't know much about him. He's relatively new, and it seems that he's been handed a title. He's been handed a title from a guy who wasn't the champ anyway. So that's where we at in the 205 division. With Josh Dyer coming up here shortly. Wow, I had only reserved this type of dedication to return to the 185 division in case I would have had to fight Mike Richmond or somebody on that level or above.
Mhm.
Not saying that Josh Dyer isn't a good fighter or pugilist. He's in the spot, but he's not on my level, and he's just a placeholder, for BKFC. When I was at the Mike Perry and Jeremy Stevenson fight, that's when they made the announcement that Dave Mundell will be fighting for the 185 title, and
Yeah.
then I was there with the 185 belt. And so the owners and the people start looking around and compare it and understanding that I have a golden ticket to challenge for my 185 strap.
Mhm.
So, do you really want a chance that Mundell wins it? Lorenzo Hunt versus Dave Mundell, the reigning two division champ who challenged for the heavyweight title, will fight the reigning 175-pound champ. That's a bad idea. So I think they went back to the drawing board that night. And they're like, oh no, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Now, Mike Perry and Dave Mundell makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, and even Mike Perry and maybe a Josh Dyer, that don't really make sense, but whatever. But when I'm standing in the 185-pound division, none of that shit makes sense. 175ers don't try to become 185-pound champions when I'm there. Mike Perry won't try to challenge any 185-pound guys when I'm there. It's futile. It's a waste of time. It's stupid. So I'm gonna get the belt and I'm gonna sit it in the middle of the ring and I'm gonna say, "Don't touch it. It's hot."
What have you seen from? I mean, you fought you,
Oh,
you you beat Josh Dyer 4.5 years ago, and I mean he said, Lorenzo Hunt kicked my ass. I mean, it's not like, you hear some guys when they lose a fight, they come up with all kinds of things to give reasons. Like, no, Lorenzo Hunt kicked my ass, and he says that he changed, adjusted styles and has worked on his game obviously a lot. What have you seen in the last 4.5 years from his different fights that he's had? And have you seen differences from when he fought you, and how do you approach that?
well, I always try to look at my opponents and be honest. I'm very honest, and that's how I got to where I am. I give honest assessments of skills, strengths, weaknesses, and if you go back to our first fight when we were at the press conference, I said Josh Dyer is very strong. When he hits people, it makes them move weird. it's because he was a cheerleader and he held up those girls and he did a lot of handstands. I recognize, no, listen, I recognize that type of strength. You know what I mean? It's the type of strength from years and years of conditioning, of shoulder presses and stuff like that. I have a similar type of strength, but um, that's not enough. I'm also in possession of the type of strength that you only get when you pray for it. The type of strength you can't get from lifting weights, the type of strength you can't get from a protein shake. I'm in possession of something stronger than a push up, a pull up, or a dip, or a shoulder press.
Mhm.
Josh Dyer doesn't understand that. And when we're in the ring, you can see the stark difference. We are different as night and day. And to Josh Dyer, it's a game like football. He's the All American. He wants to be the high school guy. He wants to be prom king. I'm I'm um I'm something different. I'm something nobody needs to cheer for. I'm something nobody needs to um you can't understand what made me what I am.
You were supposed to fight in April, and then you had the bad cut. So you were supposed to fight Chris Camozzi in April, and you had the bad cut. What did they not talk to you about other fights prior to this? You know, because I mean, or was it taking a while for the cut to heal because it was a bad cut, or what
No,
happened there?
no, I mean there was just really nothing to offer. You have to understand that I can't just fight anybody.
Yeah.
I have the most fights in BKFC. I have the most wins in BKFC. I have the most knockouts in BKFC.
Hmm.
Who they gonna put me against? They're just gonna call me up one day and be like, "Hey, you want to throw you on the card as a undercard? We'll let you fight the tomato can and we'll shoot you a couple 100,000." No, it don't work like that. It
Yeah,
has
yeah,
to be a main event. It
yeah.
has to be a title fight. It has to make sense, or else everybody will kind of call me out for beating up scrubs. Like it just doesn't work. It just don't work that way. So the organization has to find a way. Chris Camozzi was fighting. Already had a title fight set up, and they say they weren't sure if I was going back to 185. Nick Terrell still nursing a headache from Big Ben. Whew. And then you got some guys in the organization that really probably shouldn't chance it, like
Hmm.
Joe Romero. If I hit him with about 30 punches in a row, they'll be like, "Ah, man, you messed up our guy." He's selling tickets. The other Cuban kid is doing really good selling tickets right now. Probably should do some build up, before they just
Hmm.
let that weird, squirrely Terminator of a juggernaut guy just come in here and rearrange the roster. I
Hmm.
rearrange the roster when I come. I don't just come. I don't just fight here. I come in the room and it rearranges the roster instantly. I make matchmakers nervous. I make the bet. Like here's an example. Me versus Josh Dyer. Who's the favorite? What does Vegas do?
Oh, you'll be the favorite.
Why? He's the champ. I should be.
Well,
He's the champ. I haven't fought in 2 years. I'm 43. He's the champ. Oh no, no, no. Please make him the favorite. It's just weird. It's just like, oh, one slip up and then somebody cashes out 1 million.
nah. Look, I mean, everyone knows you never lost, your belts. They know how these belts got to how they got there, and obviously without the elbow injury, you would probably still be fighting because how long did that keep you at the elbow in itself?
Yeah, the elbow in itself only cut me out, and that was it. That was it. That's why I was back for Chris Moses. It was
Okay.
only 9 months. It
Hmm.
was only like 9 months. So I had some work done, and it's better. And I'll be happy to be able to stick it to somebody with it. Everything else is logistical. I've been fighting my whole life.
Hmm.
my whole life. And people say that all the time. I've been fighting my whole life. I'm in the
Yeah.
best shape of my life. There's like this,
Yeah.
MMA, the typical,
No, yeah,
typical
yeah.
stuff. I've literally been trained and been fighting in tournaments my entire life. So I'm like one of the 80s karate kids. I had the gi and the stuff and
Okay.
I did the no contact. I did the semi contact. I grew up in fighting. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
arts when the art still meant something. You know what I mean? Um, um, and then yeah, and then MMA was born, and and like I said, I spent an extensive time in the dungeon with some of the toughest, roughest people on earth, the people who actually have a reason to fight, and I still dominated. So coming into this world of MMA, where we're trying to make fighting a sport.
So you mentioned when you hear the MMA guys talking about the best shape of their life. When you hear stuff like that, and you hear it all the time, you're like, you can't be always in the best shape of your life every single fight. I mean, as a fighter, when you hear that, do you kind of laugh at it sometimes?
Sometimes I do, but I have also been guilty of saying it, and I guess, whoo, I just ran 16 miles. I'm 43 years old. I just got back. I just
Jesus.
ran 16 miles, and I was on live. I just ran 16 miles.
Wow.
Me and my buddy. I've never done no shit like that before. I've done some stuff, but not that.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
So I kind of, I guess, if you plateau and then you feel like boo boo, and then you plateau and you feel like boo boo, you plateau. And honestly, this year off, this time off, everything seems to be a little bit easier.
Hmm.
David Feldman and the guys, when they interviewed me, they said, "You look younger. Why do you look younger?" That's what they said to me.
Hmm.
And I had to get myself an honest answer. I've never taken time off. I've never been off.
Yeah.
I've never just chilled with my kids. I've never made it to all of the tracks. I've never just mowed the lawn without worrying about, what's next. I've never, I've been, I did Ami MMA in 2011, my first amateur MMA fight. I went 9-1 as an amateur. Then I turned pro in about 2014. I went 4-3, I believe, something like that. I went like 4 solid wins and then started losing the jiu-jitsu guys.
Hmm.
And then I got to about 34, 35, 36 years old. I jumped straight into bare-knuckle. And in 2019, I jumped into bare-knuckle and then mobbed it out for another nasty 5 years, you know, 5, 6 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
never took any time off. The injuries that I was running into, it never crossed my mind that they were from overtraining. It never crossed my mind that they were from I just wore my body out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It never dawned on me until I took time off and feel the way I feel right now. Like, what is this? Like, I feel better. I'm faster. I'm stronger. Like, oh my God. Like, okay, I needed some time off. Then I started researching, and most of the real champions, people like Mayweather, people like Muhammad Ali, people like Mike Tyson, they took time off.
Yeah.
And when they came back, they were still a force to be admired and recognized.
Is this the longest amount of time you've had off between fights in your career?
This is the longest amount of time I've had off between fights in my career. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, rest does. I guess rest does matter. So you ran
Yeah.
16. How long did it take to run 16 miles?
We left this morning at about 8:30, and the goal was to make it back before the show,
Yeah,
and I made it back. I made it back here at 12:49.
and you're in Puerto Rico, so this is mountainous
Yeah,
terrain. This
yeah,
isn't this
this,
isn't
no, no,
flatland.
no, 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 no. It was all bad. If it was straight, we would have been back.
Yeah,
It was all the way up, all the way down, all the way up again, all the way to, yeah. No, it was all bad. I'm telling you, like, The way that I train leaves very little to the imagination when it comes to what's going to happen at my fight. And I don't care what Josh Dyer was doing. He didn't run 16 miles up and down the mountain. When he woke up this morning and trained, he was done while I was still grinding.
Hmm.
And there's no catching up to me. You can't catch up. There's no such thing, bro. Like you can't catch up to me. So it's okay. Josh Dyer, he has a big heart, and people ask me, people like Susan Singari, other reporters, sometimes they ask me, they say, what's more important, skill or heart? And I tell her, I have the skill to snatch your heart out of your chest.
I like I like that one.
So what do you think?
Hmm.
Like you'll be looking at me. It'll be beating in my hand like Mortal Kombat. So what's more important? Like,
Yeah.
like, yeah. So yeah, I mean that answers itself.
Yeah.
And Josh Dyer is a lot of heart, but at this point in my life, I'm a lot of skills, and it's going to be hard to overcome that gap.
So now that you've run 16 miles in the mountains, are you gonna be running some marathons like the Boston Marathon, the New York Marathon, and stuff like that?
I I
Might that be something to do? Because that'll be easy compared to running on mountains.
I thought about it. Like, maybe I get some sponsors and, I'll run around with the belt on and do some advertising. I got to do new ways of advertising anyway. I'll be that. You ever seen that weird guy that goes to all the marathons and he breaks out running and he beats everybody?
Yeah.
And maybe I'll be that guy. I'll go to a walkathon and I'll run it.
So you're basically gonna run with a 30-pound belt around. I mean, just
Yeah,
a weight a
with my
weight vest on you.
yeah,
That's
yeah. It'll be good training. It'll be fun, and as long as like I said, I got a good sponsor or something.
mm,
I'll do the breast cancer thing or something. It's a good
mm,
idea. I'm
mm,
not opposed to it, and I'm at peace when I'm
mm,
out there. I'm
yeah.
putting together a game plan. I'm trying to figure out what's what. Josh Dyer's no slouch. Don't get me wrong. He came to
Mm,
fight. He's strong. I mean, when I was hitting the guy, like, come on, you have to be a special kind of person to let me punch you 800 times. Now, I'm not gonna get tired of whooping your ass. I mean, I'm not gonna get tired of getting some. You can ask my wife. I don't get tired of it. Like you can, I'm not gonna get tired of why that don't make sense. I just pace myself and keep digging. You know what I mean? I'm not I'm not gonna get tired of that. Like it's too good. So yeah, Josh Dyer, like if he can take it, I can dish it out.
mm,
And there was one moment in our fight where I was afraid. And it's probably not for the reason you think, but he did scare me. About the fourth time when he got up, he looked at me and he looked at me like, you're gonna have to kill me. And I looked at him like, bro, you gonna make me kill you? And then I looked at my dad and I was like, he gonna make me kill him. And then my dad looked at me and he was like,
that's what you gotta
so
do.
so I started punching the shit out of his ass again.
That's wild. That's like an
Yeah,
Undertaker moment or something like that.
yeah,
Like,
like
whoop.
bro, I don't want to. Like I don't want to. You gonna make me
Oh,
like you just gonna make me like, and the ref just keeps letting them get up. Like, come on, man, save the guy. But Josh
how,
is a solid dude.
how has bare knuckle changed your life?
We come with the big guns, huh? Well, bare knuckle has just shown the world what I already knew. So imagine walking around in this world with this bigness inside you that you're the only person who knows about it. You have this bigness inside you, this big bright light, and you want to show people, but they don't want to see. They don't believe you. They don't know. They don't. You go to a football game and you say, "Oh, I could have caught that ball." You watch an
Yeah,
MMA fight and you say, "Oh, this guy took a dive. He could have done
yeah.
better than that. I know I could have whooped that guy's ass." And people look at you like, "Whatever." I was no, I could have whooped that guy's ass. And then I went on a 15-year journey to show everybody that I meant what the hell I said.
Hmm.
When, listen, matter of fact, you remember when Kimbo Slice
Yeah.
fought the guy with the pink hair in the
Yes.
UFC, and it was some weird kind of like karate style, foot
Yes.
out, like jab, like and then
Yeah.
Kimbo Slice hit the ground. I remember where I was at that moment, just like I remember where I was at when 9/11 happened. And I
Yeah.
said, oh, he took a dive.
Hmm.
There's no way. You can't even generate the force to knock out a grown man with one leg in the air and one arm and a come on, stop it. So,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I could have did better, and everybody laughed at me. And I've been fighting, my whole life. So I probably was about 20, 28, 27 at the time. I'm like, I could do this. I know I can do this. And here you go. I did not lie. I knew I could do it. And I knew I would be awesome.
You've been here with the BKFC for many years now, and you've seen the pre Conor McGregor situation, and now post Conor McGregor. What has that done for the BKFC? The addition of Conor McGregor, and for fighters like you. I mean, because this is your career and the opportunity
I
to make
mean,
real, big money in fights and so forth.
believe it or not, of course, bringing international attention to the bare knuckle scene is amazing, and what an awesome contribution for Conor McGregor to attach his name to this show that I have made my home. Believe it or not, Conor McGregor was watching the BKFC through me, through my Instagram, and commenting and everything way before he was interested
Hmm.
in actually coming to bare knuckle shows. It wasn't until later when they started getting guys like Mike Perry, Luke Rockhold, and the other guys that Conor McGregor even did show his face. And when he did, he knew exactly who I was. I tried to walk up to him, and the security tried to stop me. And he was like, no, 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 that is the double champ. And he was like, come on, bro, come on, come on. And he showed me love, and it was awesome. It was just awesome. I've been a fan of Conor McGregor and his wild personality and his antics and the whole nine, and Anderson Silva and all those awesome MMA guys. And I got to beat Vitor Belfort. I got to meet John Jones. John Jones is a fan. He's a fan of the Juggernaut. He knows
Hmm.
me and my dad by name. He walked up to me and was like, "Bro, you guys are killing people. Keep up the
Hmm.
good work." That's awesome. Come on, what more could a little boy from Cleveland, Ohio, from the Cleveland, Ohio project ask for?
Hmm.
I don't need millions of gazillions of dollars. I don't need all that. I just need my wife and my beautiful children, my little space, and worldwide recognition
Yeah.
as the baddest motherfucker alive. I'll take that.
How long do you want to fight for? I mean, you just ran 16 miles, but how long do you plan? How do you want to go to your 50?
Nobody ever plans that,
Yeah.
you know. Muhammad Ali did it. Some of the greats do it. You don't have to stop until you want to.
Yeah.
It's mind over matter. Now, I would say that if my family, if my father, who has always been my mentor and my coach, told me that's enough, then that would just be enough. Like
Yeah.
one day he would just say, "That's enough," and I would say, "Yes, sir." But to me, until these guys can beat me, until these guys can touch me, Chris Camozzi didn't touch me. You understand? Hector Lombard barely touched me one punch. Josh Dyer didn't touch me. I beat on him for 4 rounds straight. Even Mike Richmond poked me in the eye, beat me up while I was blind, and I still beat him with my eyes closed. Come on. Until these guys show me that this is no longer a safe space for me to walk around and pound on my chest and whoop ass and cash paychecks, I'm going to be here. Just like Yo Romero, whooping
Yeah.
ass until I'm 80.
No, that's yeah. No, I
What?
mean BKFC. I mean they always say the last thing to go is your hands. Your
Hey,
hand. Your hands. You got your hands.
hey, listen, know something else crazy too. I've never broken them. And
What? What?
my hands haven't been broken.
Christ.
Now see
That's
that
crazy.
in
That's wild.
itself. Now that
That's
in
wild.
itself, me being the knuckles of bare knuckles. My parents the face, but I'm the knuckles. Because these guys break their hands and they walk. So that means I'm whooping that ass with precision, and I'm not even chipping my tools. You get it?
Wow.
So I'm smoking them. You know what I mean? And I'm 12-2. 12 wins, 2 losses, and both my losses were suspect. You know what I mean? Like, some, oh, well, the such and such, the doctor decided, it's a weird injury, what happened? I mean, if you're going to lose, hey, go out, lose a little controversy or some shit, like that. It ain't like somebody smoked me or beat
Yeah.
me or made me quit or made me tap or knocked me out. None of that.
Hmm.
So I'm here. I'm here to stay, you know? And thanks to David Feldman for giving me a platform to show the world how awesome I really am.
Talk about your management team, All In Management, and the crew over there, and how they have helped your career at this point in your career in comparison to maybe other management teams that you've had in the past.
Oh, shout out to Dick um, and the whole team over there, Bree and Sam and all those guys have like they've literally huddled around me and protected me, and I'm literally used to being the big brother to everybody, to holding down everybody, to protecting everybody, coming to everybody's rescue. Vic and his beautiful family and his team of lawyers and they just came to me in my darkest moment and they rescued my brain and they did it in a way that didn't make me feel small.
Hmm.
And now I'm going to show them some amazingly awesome world domination, highest level martial skill that you've ever seen. And everywhere I go, it's gonna say all in on my shirts. It's gonna say all in on my shorts and on my lapel. And I'm gonna be on every channel. I'm gonna be on TMZ. I'm gonna be on Sports Center. I'm gonna go overseas and I'm gonna smoke them. Everybody who look like they think they can beat me is gonna get virally embarrassed. And then we're gonna run it all over the world. And I'll pay my friends back.
So you were saying about your management team and what they did for you in this
Yeah, yeah, I mean, a straight up awesome team. The entire time I've been doing this, and believe it or not, I've been doing it by myself.
Oh
I
wow.
mean, running miles, all of the advertising, all of the stuff you've seen, all of the crazy stuff with Hector Lombard and Joe Riggs, the tomato, everything has been me, like literally one click at a time. Even the viral videos, I send it to 100 people on Facebook, send it to 100 people on tag everybody, and just viral. It's always been me. Like I
Yeah.
speak back to all of the I speak back to all of the fans, all the flyers, and all of the National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide, and my website, and it's just been all me for years and years and years, me and my wife, and it's so nice to have help.
Hmm.
It's so nice to have help. I've been tossed around from manager to manager that just literally just didn't want to do anything. They
Hmm.
just wanted me to beat people up and then to get their percent and go about their business when there's so much more to this than that.
Yeah.
And all in management is the first place where I feel at home and I can trust that they'll handle things like sponsorship, cold calling, introducing me to the different types of sponsors, putting me in the right rooms at the right time, the advertisement, creating the shorts, getting the stickers put on, setting
Yeah.
up the ring stuff, like when I walk to the ring, my walkout stuff, the music. Oh my God, it's such a load. All I have to do is focus on fighting now.
Yeah.
I've been like the Bugs Bunny of the BKFC with juggling
Wow.
every aspect of my brand. And
Yeah.
now I have a company who has sat down with me and got the whiteboard and let me explain what I do, and then they relegated people to take pieces of that and let's go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I got a couple left before we go. As one of I mean, you call yourself the OGs of BKFC. I mean, you saw one of these OGs, Christine Faria, with this devastating knockout in that fight. What were your thoughts of that fight? I mean, as someone who's
Chris,
watched her
Chris,
come up as well.
yeah, Christine can't surprise me. I didn't watch her come up. She watched me.
Hmm.
Christine was here when I got here.
Yeah.
Britton was here when I got here. Elvin was here when I got here. they welcomed me in with open arms, and I just was like, hey, I just let them know, like, hey, I'm a monster, and they were like, yeah, we are too. And I was like, oh, my little monster family, you know what I'm saying? But that's it. Like, I didn't,
Yeah.
Elvin helped me tremendously. Britain comes out here, trains and run the mountain with me. They used to actually call us Team Misfit or something like that.
Hmm.
Because of Christine, they had made a little name for us.
Oh,
Like
okay.
we were the people in the BKFC that just couldn't catch a break, but we could fight our ass off. But in comparison to Paige Van Zandt and Julian Lane came and Mike Perry and all of us, the people that they hoisted up above us. And it just was like, oh, will they ever get a shot? Arnold Adams, he was the same. He was in the same boat. My boy, the Mexicutioner. We were just doing our best, to be our own awesome selves that didn't have UFC branding behind us.
Yeah.
And it took a long, even Dave Mundell. I've known Dave Mundell since 2011. Dave Mundell been whooping ass. When I was the 185 champ in the RFC in 2013, 14, Dave Mundell was whooping ass. And we used to walk past each other. He was a lot smaller, a lot lighter, a lot nicer. But now he's still himself. He still had that little, that little thick man walk to him and stuff. And he could, he had that presence. But I've known Dave since he was a kid. I've known Mike Perry since he was a kid. Alex Nicholson. I've been right there in Florida with all these guys,
Yeah.
banging away, banging away, banging away. So I'm right at home, and people don't
Hmm.
understand that. People don't understand that. Me and Julian Lane. Julian Lane's from he's from Mansfield, Ohio. I'm from
Yeah.
Cleveland, Ohio. Like, I know these guys. You know what I mean? Like it's a small world, and I've been a
Hmm.
part of everybody's rise, and
Hmm.
everybody has been a part of mine. So Christine, yeah, that was awesome. I seen it from a mile away. She set her up. She made
Yeah.
her think she was strong. She threw a couple of jabs to the body. The girl pushed her around and threw a couple punches. She took a few deep breaths, like she was out of her depth. And she threw another jab to the body. She threw another jab. Bow! She set her up. This is high level shit.
Hmm.
You want to call it a bar fight. You want to call it, oh, it's just they're just throwing punches. Yeah, you're stupid. It's not. It's high level shit going on. Christine threw punches to the body till she dropped her hands, and then she broke her face like a real bare knuckle champion would. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, end of her story.
What are your how's before we go, how's the weight coming along for you? And then your final words for Josh Dyer, the
Ah,
fans, and why they should put on BKFC 84 in
ah,
Palm Desert, California, November 15th.
I'm a little fat. The time off, the time
Yeah.
off has gotten to me, but I'm gonna put forth my best effort, and it's a juggernaut of an effort when I say my best
Hmm.
effort, and I will show up on weight, on time, with murder on my mind. And I feel bad for Josh Dyer because I had to do so much work just to make weight. Come on, man. You know what's about to happen. I'm coming in hungry.
Yeah,
So
literally.
yeah, I'm coming in hungry. My face is already changing shape. I'm already down about 15 pounds since I started
Uh-huh.
this camp. It's only been 2 weeks in camp. I already lost about
Yeah.
15. So
Wow.
I'm rolling. Like I'm really, and I'm excited. It's a new exciting. I'm happy to be back to my life. You know what I mean? Of
Yeah.
training and being awesome and shooting video and drones following me around while I run through the mountains and be me. So
Yeah.
it's happening and it's happening and it's gonna be fine and I'm gonna cut weight and I'm gonna do what I do. And all of the people, all the fans, all the haters, all of the, I'm a very polarized personality. Sometimes I can't even control it. So I'm smiling and I'm fun today, but when you see me at the fight, I probably won't be. But forgive me, I've starved myself for quite some time, and I'm about to eat very well. after I whooped Josh Dyer that, he's standing between me and a plate.
Man, Lorenzo, I appreciate you jumping on, man, today. I know you're in Puerto Rico. That rooster is looking to get cooked or
Yeah.
something. He's been
No, bro,
cock-a-doodle
they
doing
never stop. No, they never stop. Hey, listen, I thought they just do that when the sun
good
come up.
morning.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They do that 24/7.
Yeah, I mean
But I love it.
it's
But I
awesome.
love it here, man. I walked out the door this morning and walked and grabbed the avocado off the tree, busted open, ate it. Tastes like butter. I went on a run. I got tired. I looked up at the tree, grabbed the papaya down, busted open, split it with my homeboy, ate it, kept running. Yeah, this is awesome, man. Coconut water, watermelon, like we living it up out here.
That's awesome, man. But I appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt fighting for the strap at 185. BKFC 84, the belt he never lost. Him and Josh Dyer, it's part 2. November 15th in Palm Desert, California. Do not miss it. I'm going to link Lorenzo's social media in the description. Please do follow him if you don't. And once again, Lorenzo, I appreciate you so much, man.
If you come into the fight, bring a seatbelt. You're going to need it.
That'll do it for here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down through the blood and the sweat. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah, I'm going all in. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah. They know I'm going all in. Through the blood and the sweat, y'all know we ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. I've been down from the jump. Ain't no love lost, we just really doing us. Go and take your seat, looking silly getting up. Y'all know what it is, let me tell them what it was. It was 24/7.